Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Trump plans action against lawyers in immigration cases. Trump directs action against legal system abuses and frivolous litigation. Trump pushes for U.S. role in Greenland as Second Lady travels. Former U.S. Attorney Jessica Eber found dead at 43. U.S. Senator meets Chinese leaders as trade dispute grows. Three suspects charged with murder in Las Cruces shooting incident. Governor Hochul reported over 55,000 traffic violations during safety crackdown. Pope Francis leaves a hospital after 5 weeks of treatment. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney calls a snap election over U.S. trade war. Istanbul's mayor arrested on corruption allegations on eve of presidential nomination. Shelby Houlihan wins silver medal in comeback after 4-year ban. And Real Madrid women beat Barcelona for first time in history Clásico victory. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. Legal groups raised concerns after President Donald Trump took steps to punish lawyers handling immigration cases. On March 21, 2025, Trump sent a memo to Attorney General Pam Bondi directing the Justice Department to take action against lawyers who, he claims, misuse the immigration system. Trump said some lawyers were responsible for fraud and false claims in immigration cases. He ordered Bondi to seek penalties for attorneys who engage in what he called professional misconduct. He also targeted law firms that filed lawsuits against his administration, calling them baseless partisan cases. The order instructed Bondi to report such law firms to the White House. Trump also wanted these firms to lose security clearances and have their federal contracts cancelled. Ben Wisner, a senior lawyer at the American Civil Liberties Union, said this move was meant to scare lawyers who challenge Trump's policies. Trump had already criticized law firms for their diversity policies and connections to his opponents. Legal experts expect more court battles over Trump's directive. Some fear it could weaken legal protections for immigrants and limit access to justice. President Donald Trump issued a memorandum directing the Attorney General and the Secretary of Homeland Security to take action against attorneys and law firms engaging in misconduct or unethical behavior in federal court. The memo highlighted recent examples of lawyers who violated legal rules, such as Mark Elias, involved in the creation of a false dossier to influence a presidential election. Trump emphasized the importance of holding attorneys accountable when their actions jeopardize national security, public safety, or election integrity. The president instructed the Attorney General to seek sanctions against lawyers who pursue baseless litigation and prioritize enforcement of attorney conduct regulations. He also directed a review of past legal misconduct to recommend further actions, including reassessing security clearances and terminating contracts. Trump's directive aims to maintain integrity in the legal profession and ensure that attorneys and law firms respect the rule of law while serving justice and national security. Second Lady Usha Vance will visit Greenland later this week, the White House announced. Her visit will be the highest-level trip yet as President Donald Trump continues efforts to gain control of the Danish territory. Vance has already traveled to Paris and India this year. In Greenland, she will visit historical sites, learn about local culture, and attend the national dog sled race, Avanada Kimusirsu. She is expected to arrive on March 27 and leave on March 29. Her son and a U.S. delegation will join her. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz will also travel to Greenland and visit Fitovik Space Base. He previously warned about growing Russian influence in the Arctic. Trump first showed interest in acquiring Greenland during his first term. In his speech to Congress on March 4th, he said, "We are going to get it." Greenland's Prime Minister Mitt Ega rejected Trump's push, saying, "We are not for sale." After Trump's speech, Greenland's ruling party lost the March 11th election and a new coalition is being formed. The U.S. is expected to continue discussions about Greenland's strategic role in the Arctic. Jessica Abbott, the former U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, was found dead in Alexandria on March 22, 2025. She was 43 years old. Police responded to a call about an unresponsive woman around 9:20 a.m. and discovered her body. Authorities have stated that they will investigate the circumstances, but there are no signs of foul play. The medical examiner's office will determine the cause of death. Abbott had served as a U.S. Attorney since President Joe Biden appointed her in August 2021. She resigned on January 20, 2025, the day President Donald Trump took office. Abbott had worked as an assistant U.S. Attorney since 2009 and had been Deputy Chief of the Criminal Division before her appointment. The U.S. Attorney for the district, Eric S. Seibert, expressed deep sadness, calling Abbott irreplaceable as a leader and a mentor. Attorney General Pamela Bondi also offered condolences, describing Abbott's loss as deeply tragic. Her contributions to the district and her legacy will be remembered by colleagues and the community. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Chinese Premier Li Qiang called for dialogue with the United States during a meeting in Beijing with Senator Steve Daines and top business executives. Li said both countries should work together instead of competing in ways that harm economic ties. Daines, a strong supporter of President Donald Trump, visited China to ease tensions and possibly set up a meeting between Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Relations between the two countries had worsened after Trump imposed new 20% tariffs on Chinese exports. Li told Danes that China wanted cooperation over competition and urged Washington to help maintain stable relations. Business leaders from companies like Apple, FedEx, and Pfizer also attended the meeting. Trump had blamed China for not stopping the shipment of fentanyl-related chemicals to the U.S., but Beijing insisted it already took strong actions. Vice Premier He Lifeng also met Danes and said China opposed using trade as a political tool. He promised China would continue discussions with the U.S. China planned to keep its economic growth target at 5% this year despite trade tensions, aiming to boost exports and domestic consumption. 3 people were arrested in connection with a mass shooting on Friday night at an unsanctioned car show in Las Cruces, New Mexico. The shooting occurred around 10 p.m. at Young Park following an altercation between two groups, leaving 3 dead and 15 injured. Police arrested 20-year-old Thomas Rivers and a 17-year-old juvenile, both charged with 3 counts of murder. A third suspect, another 17-year-old, was also arrested and charged. The victims, identified as Andrew Madrid, Jason Gomez, and Dominique Estrada, were killed during the incident. 9 males and 6 females ages 16 to 36 were injured. The Las Cruces Police Department requested any video footage from the scene, particularly showing the shooting or individuals with firearms. Governor Michelle Grisham condemned the attack, calling it an unacceptable act of violence that leaves lasting scars on the community. Governor Kathy Hochul announced that law enforcement officers across New York issued 55,661 tickets during an impaired driving crackdown from March 10 to 17. The campaign included 1,224 tickets for impaired driving, along with violations for speeding, distracted driving, and seatbelt use. Governor Hochul said public safety is a top priority and urged drivers to be responsible during holidays and celebrations. Officers set up sobriety checkpoints and increased patrols to catch impaired drivers. The initiative was funded by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. State Police Superintendent Stephen G. James praised the efforts of law enforcement and pledged continued efforts to stop drunk and reckless driving. Officials reminded drivers to plan ahead and avoid impaired driving. The campaign is part of ongoing enforcement efforts, including crackdowns around Independence Day, Thanksgiving, and other holidays. Now it's time for global updates. Pope Francis left Rome's Gemelli Hospital after a 5-week stay for pneumonia. He waved to a crowd outside and thanked them before being taken to a nearby church to pray. Then he returned to the Vatican to begin 2 months of rest and recovery. The 88-year-old Pope was hospitalized on February 14 due to severe bronchitis, which later developed into double pneumonia. Doctors said he faced 2 life-threatening episodes, including breathing difficulties and mild kidney failure. At times, he needed a mechanical ventilation mask. Francis gradually improved and was discharged. His doctor said he will continue medication for a long time. The Vatican has prepared medical support for his recovery. During his hospital stay, the Catholic Church celebrated his 12th year as Pope. Earlier this month, he shared a message thanking people for their prayers. If his health improves, he is expected to resume public duties in the coming months. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney called a snap election for April 28 after facing a trade war and threats from US President Donald Trump. The election was originally scheduled for October 20. Carney, who replaced Justin Trudeau earlier this month, said he needed a strong mandate to handle US tariffs that hurt Canada's economy. He asked Governor-General Mary Simon to dissolve Parliament, and she agreed. "We are facing a serious crisis because of President Trump's unfair trade actions," Carney said. "I'm asking Canadians for support to secure and build our country." Carney will compete against Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, Bloc Québécois Yves Francois-Blanquet, and NDP's Jagmeet Singh. Trump imposed high tariffs on Canadian goods and suggested Canada should become the 51st U.S. state. Carney dismissed the idea as crazy. Trump's trade policies have impacted global markets, and the upcoming election will shape Canada's response. An Istanbul court jailed Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu on corruption charges the same day he was expected to be nominated as the opposition's presidential candidate. He was accused of bribery, misconduct, and leading a criminal organization. Prosecutors also investigated him for alleged ties to a left-wing group but did not detain him for that. The government removed İmamoğlu and 2 district mayors from office, appointing replacements. His arrest sparked protests across Turkey, with police detaining hundreds. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan called the demonstrations street terrorism and warned against disrupting public order. İmamoğlu denied all charges, saying his arrest harmed Turkey's reputation. His supporters held a symbolic primary vote, showing strong backing for him. Opposition leader Özgür Özel accused Erdogan of targeting İmamoğlu due to his popularity. The mayor's university diploma was revoked, blocking his presidential run. A presidential election is due in 2028, but an early vote is expected. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. American runner Shelby Houlihan made a triumphant return to the world stage by winning a silver medal in the 3,000 meters at the World Indoor Championships. This marked her first podium finish in over 4 years after a doping ban she blamed on a contaminated pork burrito. The 32-year-old, a former U.S. record holder in the 1,500 meters, had been sidelined due to a positive test for nandrolone in 2021. Despite her claim that the result came from tainted food, her appeal was rejected and she was banned from competing. Reflecting on her journey, Houlihan described her time off as difficult, saying she struggled with finding a new normal. However, she remained determined to return to the sport, driven by anger and the desire to prove herself. Looking ahead, Houlihan hopes her success at the World Championships will help her secure a sponsor and position her for the upcoming World Outdoor Championships. Real Madrid's women's team secured a historic 3-1 victory over Barcelona in the latest Liga F Clásico, marking their first ever win against the defending champions. The match was held at the Olympic Stadium in front of nearly 36,000 fans, with heavy rain and hail affecting play. Alba Redonda put Real Madrid ahead just before halftime. Barcelona's Caroline Graham Hansen equalized in the 67th minute, but Real Madrid's Caroline Weir scored 2 late goals in the 87th minute and stoppage time to seal the win. Despite the loss, Barcelona remains top of the league, 4 points ahead of Real Madrid, who sit in second place. Real Madrid, who took over CD Tacon in 2020, now look ahead to their Champions League quarter-final return leg against Arsenal with a 2-0 lead. Barcelona will host Wolfsburg in their quarter-final second leg. Real's Redondo celebrated the win, calling it special and emphasizing the team's belief in their potential. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,454.30. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 82.97 points or 0.42%. Tokyo stock close price is 37,677.06. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 74.82 points or 0.20%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,364.83. The Shanghai index is decreased by 44.12 points or 1.29%. Hong Kong stock close price is 23,689.72. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 530.23 points or 2.19%. Bombay stock close price is 76,905.51. The Sensex index is increased by 557.45 points or 0.73%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Trump plans action against lawyers in immigration cases. Trump directs action against legal system abuses and frivolous litigation. Trump pushes for U.S. role in Greenland as Second Lady travels. Former U.S. Attorney Jessica Eber found dead at 43. U.S. Senator meets Chinese leaders as trade dispute grows. Three suspects charged with murder in Las Cruces shooting incident. Governor Hochul reported over 55,000 traffic violations during safety crackdown. Pope Francis leaves a hospital after 5 weeks of treatment. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney calls a snap election over U.S. trade war. Istanbul's mayor arrested on corruption allegations on eve of presidential nomination. Shelby Houlihan wins silver medal in comeback after 4-year ban. And Real Madrid women beat Barcelona for first time in history Clásico victory. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with a Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.